Shalom, Kal Halal Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and labor in this word and doctrine. Shalom Labachaya, peace to the elect. Let's get straight into this. So, give me a damn strike, man. YouTube, you demons, you detractors, you diabolics, which goes back to pertaining to the devil, diabolical. Because you're deceiving, man. You will die if you take the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. Give me a mark for that. Give me a damn medical misinformation mark for that. Go ahead. Anyway, a press release, government sets out new plans to help build trust in use of digital identities. Meaning what? They want to get you on side. They really want to build trust. They want to persuade you. They want to sway you. The government has today published its draft rules of the road for governing the future use of digital identities. Why is that? Because they're going to put an RFID microchip in your arm. I don't believe it's in the max. How can you get... I didn't say anything, brother. It's like when you get told, what, but miss, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I know I did, but I didn't do anything against your guidelines. So that means one of you demons who's listening has reported it. Report it again. Go on, get me banned. Anyway, it says public invited to contribute to draft rules around data protection, security, and inclusivity. Part of work to help people prove who they are without the need for physical documents. Why is that? Because they're gonna chip you. Give me a strike, YouTube. They're gonna chip you. Because we know our riches is stored up in heaven. We've not got a sure dwelling place in this place. We're not meant to. It's not our rest. We're not meant to, let's sit down, let's build a house, let's make something. We're going to lose our jobs, we're going to be made homeless, we're going to make all those things. Prepare for it. That's what we're saying. And we're saying it with confidence, with faith. Shower Amawan as always, man. It says, aim is to make people's lives easier, so they're pushing it from a convenience point of view, and boost the country's 149 billion digital economy. How is that with a chip? Whether they say in this or not. The government has today published its draft rules of the road for governing the use of digital identities. And this is the UK government, by the way, if you didn't realise that already. Digital identities, it is part of plans to make it quicker and easier for people to verify themselves using modern technology, aka the RFID microchip, whether they say it or not, which is the mark of the beast, whether you admit it or not, and create a process as trusted as using passports or bank statements. So that's what they want. They want it to have the same confidence, the same, that means with faith, with fidelity, as you would have with a bank card. And you can lose a bank card. It's much harder to lose your hand. As a brother, I think he was from the tribe of Banyamyan. Shout out the Banyamyan Yum. Shout my Shabbatia, which is not Sabbath, is Sabbath, Shabbath. And tribe is Shabbat or rod or scepter. The stick, those ones that protrude out of the root. So digital identity products allow people to prove who they are, where they live, or how old they are. They are set to revolutionize transactions such as buying a house, buying or selling. That's for Nate, who said it's an embargo. It causes great nations, small nations. What does he say? Small nations, great nations. It's not talking about that, it's talking about people. And it's going to try the whole world pursuant to Revelation 2 and 10, Revelation 3 and 10, and really Revelation 13 and 16, Haragmati, all of those things there. They are set to revolutionize transactions such as buying a house, when people are often required to prove their identity multiple times to a bank, conveyancer, or estate agent, and buying age-restricted goods online or in person, so proving, for example, alcohol. And they're waffling a bit. They've got some information here a bit, read through it a lot. So why are they creating a framework? Because they're furthering the beast system. Just like the Swedes were when they got the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Now, have I said anything about the pestilence? No. Are you still going to strike me? Probably. Do I care? La-ah. So there we are. Digital infrastructures. You're demons, man. And you're going down, you're going in servitude, aka bondage, aka slavery, starting with your elites, which goes back to the word elect. So you believe you're elected. Well, you're elected for destruction. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi. Chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So I'd rather have a crown of life from Yahawashi than when you go into the Latin as well. I'm not going to say it on here because YouTube will get triggered. One of you lot will get triggered and go and snitch on me to YouTube. Alright, but you want that crown from Yahawashi. You don't want a crown in this world because that's embarrassing. Being having shame and everlasting contempt. I pray that's not me. It still could be. I'm not saying, look at me, brother. Look at me, because I'm doing this and this and that. It's of the election. You can do all this thing and you can F up at the last moment and you've flapped it, man. You won't make it. So we pray it's us. And that shit, how can you be prideful when you don't know if you've made it or not? Of course, there's certain ones where you're like, well, if I was of this, I'd be doing this. But still, you don't know. You really don't know. Only the Lord knows. And just like the day or the hour, I thought you knew all things. Well, the Lord, Yahawashi, didn't know the day or the hour. So there's certain things it talks about, John 15 and 15. All things that have been revealed of the Father unto Yahawashi, the Son, Hamashiach, also known as the Messiah in English. That's what he gave to a set group of men. So, Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. So we're meant to strive for the truth unto death, and Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi shall fight for us. This is Sirach 4 and 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. This is Sirach 2, and what's the make not haste, make not haste, make not haste. Yep, Sirach 2 and 2, or Ecclesiasticus 2 and 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. So like, oh, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to free my... Stop bitching, man. Stop bitching. Oh, you said a curse word, brother. That's not cursing according to the script. Harsh language is not cursing. It's not corrupt communications. But breaking the scriptures down wrong and going into your own understanding, that's corrupt communication. So check on yourself. Wow, he's really angry today. I'm just excited, really. When I get excited, I get a bit like this. So what's the one that talks about the crown? Strive masteries. You have to strive lawfully. I'll search that. Oh, it's 2 Timothy. That's a cut. That's a cut to me. 2 Timothy 2 and 5. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully. So don't be going, well, the Lord's not going to see if I do this and come around this way. There we are. And it's talking about making not haste in the time of trouble and constantly enduring. Well, James 1 and 12 says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. And how do we know if we love him? We go to 1 John, the 3rd chapter and the 5th chapter and the 2nd verse. It says, by this we know that we love the children of Yahawah, when we love Yahawah and keep his commandments. For this is the love of Yahawah, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Then let's get that as well. This is the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verse 30. It says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Now, yeah, you're going to face tribulation. You're going to get the flesh battling against you, which Paul made reference of in Romans the 7th chapter, which also proves that the mark of the beast isn't sin. The mark of the beast is a sin itself. So you can soundbite that if you'd like. The mark of the beast is not sin itself, but it is a sin. But certain people say, well, the mark of the beast is sleeping with Edomites. Well then, okay, Solomon had the mark then, yeah? Solomon had the mark of the beast, is that what you mean to tell me? And when did the beast drop out, or come out? When did it arise up? Well, first, when did it arise from the earth? When did it arise from the sea? Because the sea came up first, and that was talking about what? And then Revelation 13:11, and it came up out of the earth, and that's talking about what? So when did it come out of the earth? When did it even come out of the sea? You have to be able to link these things in, and certain things, they don't line up. But the doctrine of Yahawashi has to line up. Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, going to the plebeians, the patricians in that time, which was the one that came up out of the sea. But then in this time you have what? The Democrats, the Republicans. You have 2 forces that are allegedly against each other, but they're all working according to their will, if you like. Just like Hashatan is, quote-unquote, the adversary, or against the Most High, but he only works according to his will, pursuant to Job, the 1st chapter. So Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. And this is talking about individuals. It's not talking about nations. It's not talking... What did they say? Damn, embargo. How do you get that? How does that work? So it's not talking about... That's what was that guy called, man? Mashabar, help me out in the comments. Mashabar Banyamyan. Talking about my guy from... No, the mark of the beast is sin. And then he said, if you're not in ISUPK, it is likely that you have the mark of the beast. Showing he's not really even confident on what it is. You're not standing boldly. You've got doubt. You've got doubt on you. Why are you being so rude, brother? Where it talks about them that sin rebuke before all. I don't want to paraphrase it. Rebuke sin. It's going to come up with Leviticus. And then it's going to come up with... Alright, 1 Timothy 5:20. Them that sin rebuke before all, that others also may fear. So you should fear. You shouldn't be so comfortable to break down something you're not confident on. Now, if you're confident and you're sincere about it and you're just deceived, that's a different matter, because you're not going, it's kind of like this. You shouldn't. If you've got doubt about it, you shouldn't really break it down. That's my rule anyway. Do as you'd wish. Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. Bishop, so I'm going to take my dog, and he's going to do this, and I'm going to get a lamb. And the fulfillment of this, we say, well, sin has been around. We can say, well, the mark's been around. But it's not been implemented and mandated worldwide. So that's why they're pushing this whole digital currency or whatever. Then, well, yeah, you've got, what do they say? Central bank digital currency, something like that. And you've also got this whole digital infrastructure and all of this stuff. It's all for prophecy's sake, as Brother Yahawah Yahawashi would say, man. So Yahawashi, Yahawah. Got Revelation 13:17, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast, surnamed, being injected, and being penetrated by the beast. So you've got this name on you, like when you get a woman has a man going on to her, when she gets penetrated, she now has the name of the man. It says, or the number of his name, that being Kai, Chai, Ksai, stigma, in some manner of arrangement. But it's talking about the Greek numbers. When you go into that, it's 600, 3 score, and 6, meaning 666. It's not just 3 6s, because that would be something different, I think. Because you've got you can look up the Greek numbers. I say I think, but I'm pretty sure. But you shouldn't break it down unless you're sure. Well, I am sure. So you've got this. It says XE. Let's listen. XE. Let's get 600. Sorry? Alright, and when you go into the Greek, is there just a thing that says sex and sex? Where is it? Says that? It says that sex means to cut as well. That's a cut. Let's see if we can get that 60. And the context of that was the scriptures, to be honest. If you're going to say, well, I think this is this in the Greek language. Come on, let me find this, man. Bear with me. This is Ksai, I think. I thought you had to be sure. It says in the system, bear with me. So you've got, yeah. 600, 3 score. So 3 score is 60. So it's Chai, Ksai. So this is Ksai. In the system, move, man. In the system of Greek numerals, it has the value of 60. Ksai was derived from the Phoenician letter Phoenicia letter Samech, or do we know it as a Sach? And what does that say? It means, is it going to tell us it means a sticking in? A pillar, yep. A support peg, a post. What do you do that? You stick it in the ground. Just like the word charax. We'll pull that up. Oh, wrong one. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. In fact, I don't know that it has the individual ones here, you know. So we will just go to the word charagma and get charax. Charax, a pale or stake, a palisade, aka a support or tent peg. So a palisade or rampart, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. He says through the idea, and that's the word grapho. It's where you get the term, geography, the writings of the earth. You get the graphology, the writings of words. Grapheme. There's a lot, and now if I just sort of gone up my head, you get the term of graph, a whole graph there. Graph, and it says to write with reference to the form of the letters. So what's this? This is where all your writings is going to be on, your medical information, your like they were going into that article, the bank cards and whatever. YouTube, give me a damn strike. I dare you, man. I dare you, because you're condemning yourself. To write with reference to the contents of the writing. And it's all there, it's all on screen. Because you are condemning yourself when you're coming up against the scriptures. Oh no, that's a conspiracy theory. Well, there's loads of conspiracies in the scriptures. Psalm 83 talks about conspiracies. And you've got certain quote-unquote Israelites, or Israelite quote-unquote brothers, that will say, well, there is no conspiracies. A conspiracy theory. Well, conspiracies are in the scriptures. Let's just search that up on a diatribe, which is, you all know, is my favourite word now, or a new word of mine. Look, 10 verses, the word conspiracy. How about conspire? And then we'll get the word conspire. Okay, Salakia. Conspired is 19 times, but conspiracies don't exist. You're a tinfoil hat man, innit? The nations have conspired against Israel. You should know that. Alright, and the conspiracy is they want to implement the mark of the beast RFID microchip into you, starting with America, which is the divided states of America, Mystery Babylon, the whore, and that will correlate with the time of Jacob's trouble, or it'll all have to come to pass before the end, man. Jacob's trouble, the chip. You've got Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Alright, so keep enduring. Let not the incredulity of them that speak against thee trouble thee. And continue in the faith, keep the commandments of Yahawah and the faith of Yahawashi. With that, all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Shalom.